Hey frag heads and fragrance lovers, welcome back. Benjamin here, Centaur Fragrance Channel, chatting about some beautiful fragrances. And y'all saw the title today. I'll be showing 5 fragrances that are a bit of wild cards, unusual fragrances, fragrances you don't hear talked about all that often. And this is me metaphorically reaching in my sample bag and just showing y'all some fragrances that are, great. And I think that these are more for men, but of course, ladies, I make some beautiful content for you. You could learn, find a fragrance here that maybe you like, or, maybe a fragrance for maybe the guy in your life. So let's jump into these and not waste any more time. I hope that you find one you like. Let me know in the comment section if these sound good. And let me know, what new fragrances have you been exploring? So first off is De Bachmakov. I think that's how you say it, from the Different Company. This is inspired by the perfumer's Russian roots. And this to me smells like you're right out, maybe you're in a Russian park, or maybe you're just on the outskirts of the town. So you get some of that urban qualities and maybe some gases from the factory, but then you get some of that smell of the forest. You get some of that fresh air. This fragrance is a classic gentleman's, almost like an aromatic, like a citrus vetiver fragrance, but it has an interesting twist of having some urban feel to it. It almost has like a little bit of coffee underneath it. I've actually really liked this fragrance. It's one of the most interesting, and to me, one of the best, laid back, almost casual, but yet interesting, gentlemanly fragrances out there. There's also Russian Leather by Memo, which almost nobody talks about, that has almost a reserved, laid back, casual, but gentlemanly kind of quality to it. And this one, I think, strikes a really good balance. So check this one out. For some odd reason, it doesn't smell the same as Versace the Dreamer, but I do think if you like Versace the Dreamer, this might be one that's, you find interesting and might have a little bit of similarities with the composition. But I don't think it's not a clone or anything like that. But let's jump into the next one. This is Geisha Rouge. I pulled this one out because of the popularity of Red Tobacco by Mansara. It's not really a clone. I don't think it's intended to be, but there's no doubt. There's no doubt that this fragrance has some similarities. This one is a little bit more focused on the amber, though. So maybe you like the smell of Red Tobacco, and you do like the performance, and you like how long it lasts, and this stuff will last. But maybe you wanted this something a little bit more resinous. Instead of that airy beast mode tobacco, maybe you wanted it to be a little bit more richer and a little bit more smoother. It doesn't project as much, but it does last a very long time. This Rouge from Geisha, from Aroma M, and but it manages to have that kind of spicy, warming, ambery, resinous kind of feel to it. So there is leather here too. It's a great fragrance, very unisex. I think it would smell great on a guy, and a confident lady who can pull it off, she's going to smell like a femme fatale. So this is a great fragrance. I do recommend y'all check it out. There's also almost a little bit of a patchouli vibe underneath this. I don't know if patchouli is listed as a note, but it manages to have a little bit of that as well. So Geisha is some great fragrances, but this one, Rouge and also Noir, are probably my 2 favorites from this house. Not everybody talks about them, not everybody knows about them, but pretty respectable house. Let's jump to the next one. This is Hemingway from Mosque Milano. Mosque Milano has been putting out a lot of releases, and I think they're underrated and not talked about enough here in the the niche fragrance community in general, but especially here on YouTube. Mosque Milano kind of gets left behind, kind of gets forgotten about. And this is a kind of again an elemy juniper type of fragrance, so it almost has a little bit almost of that paint thinner vibe, but it's not off-putting. Oddly, it smells familiar. Oddly, it smells comforting. A little bit green, some citrus to it, and of course some woods and some white musk. There is a tiny bit of animalic, maybe just a little bit underneath, but it just smells like an airy musk. Not maybe a clean musk, but not really a dirty musk either. And Hemingway here is really worth checking out if you do like airy, musky, kind of like elemy, juniper. Maybe it doesn't exactly smell like gin, but maybe if you do like gin, also a fragrance that you might really like. Mosque Milano has some great fragrances. They've been tearing up the niche fragrance game. Tango is a great fragrance release, and I hope to explore more of them here in the future. In the year 2021, Mosque Milano is a house that I definitely want to get my hand more of those fragrances in my life and my hands on them. So Mosque Milano Hemingway, solid fragrance, especially if you like those fresh, calming masculine fragrances. The next one is something that's not calming, something that's a monster, something that's a beast. And I wanted to pull out a fragrance for you guys to suggest if you want something on the deep end, you know, something deeper into the niche game, something more unusual. And this is Corpse Reviver from Bruno Fazzolari. This one will be an experience in a bottle. It might wake you up. It might be the weirdest thing, the strangest thing you've ever smelled. It's not scary because of the name. I guess I've smelled too many fragrances, but you know, if you've never dived into niche, this fragrance might just scare you or be, you know, rock your world, shock you. But I find this fragrance, you know, very, very strong, confident, and bold. It has dry cocoa. It has some like tobacco to it. It has some animalic vibes. It does manage to have almost a little bit of a chypre DNA to it, with some almost aldehydic and floral type of vibes, but not too much, not too heavy. But I do have to say that this fragrance is bold. It's unapologetic, and it's going to be rough for some people. This fragrance will be too much for some people, but it's a bold fragrance, and it's beastly. Its performance is out of this world. If you like things that are more on the floral gourmand side, and you're a lady watching this today, try out Uma Guma. But for the guys watching my channel, and most of the people honestly who watch my channel are the guys, even though I respect the ladies, you know, for the guys, Corpse Reviver, you'll probably like this one a little bit more. So bold fragrance, and if you're deep into niche and you want something interesting, if you think all the fragrances are boring at this point, try out this one. I think it'll give you a little bit of a run for your money. And Corpse Reviver, I find, is a fantastic, well blended, but very confident and assertive fragrance for sure. The last one is Oud Wood Intense by Tom Ford. You probably heard about Oud Wood, but you might not know that there's an Oud Wood Intense out there. I actually love this fragrance. I probably should be keeping this one to myself and keeping it a secret, because I'm trying to save enough money to maybe one day buy a bottle, but I don't know if that will happen soon enough. This one is discontinued. The supply's drying up, but right now, if you do want a more animalic, confident, longer lasting Oud Wood fragrance, get it now, and maybe call up your retailer, ask around. Don't be scared for you know, about asking for a discount, because this fragrance isn't, you know, a big top seller, and there's probably, you know, a boutique or, you know, or a store that probably wants to get rid of these bottles as soon as they can. So Oud Wood Intense is a great fragrance. It's just, you know, it's a little bit animalic, it's a little bit rugged, it's leathery, it's a little bit spicy, and it's a stronger fragrance with a lot more personality to me than Oud Wood. Oud Wood's been reformulated time and time again. Tom Ford's Oud Wood is a shadow of its past, and this one not only smells, you know, is like the original, but more animalic and more leathery. I think that's a win-win. And but you do have to, you know, like animalic fragrances just a little bit. Sorry, I'm distracted by the migrating birds overhead, but guys, check out this fragrance. It's a solid one, especially if you like animalic fragrances. If you're an authentic oud lover, it might not be assertive for you, might not have enough of the oud, but I think for a lot of us, you know, this is about as far as we want to go with animalics if we ever get to this point. But it's a solid fragrance. Lots of confidence, lots of personality. And again, fragrances are genderless, I guess, but this one I think a lot of people will feel is a masculine fragrance for sure. Oud Wood Intense. And I think the ladies would like it on the guys. I guess that's a better way to say it. So anyways, have a beautiful day, everybody. Let me know, what new fragrances have you been finding? Have you found anything fun, anything new, anything unusual? Is there anything in your fragrance world that's, you know, shocked your world and turned things upside down? And have you just found something that you think is great that nobody has been talking about? Let me know in that comment section below. Who knows? Maybe you'll turn me and help me out and find my next, you know, masterpiece and beautiful fragrance in my collection. I'd love to help you guys, but we all learn from each other. So feel free to get in that comment section. And of course, if you want to help me out, y'all know how to do all those things down there below. So I'll catch you soon, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Smell beautiful. Stay safe, and be smelling great. And let me know, what's a new fragrance or what's something exciting or different that you smelled recently. So I'll catch you soon, everybody. Wear what you love, rock what you got, stay safe and stay beautiful. I'll catch you in that next video. And y'all know that I upload regularly, so stay tuned and definitely hit that notification bell. And I'll catch you soon, everybody. Peace out and bye.